I flip the pages of my life, every line that I write as I make history. You could see me, you could see me, you could see me. Yeah.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. You're looking at Open Book, and we are inside the Centerfold. Make some noise. Now, I hope I don't get teary-eyed in this interview because you all know I'm a crybaby, right? But with me, yes, I am a crybaby. With me is playwright, producer, director, chief cook and bottle wash, poet, husband, father, Allan Charles. Allan, welcome to Open Book. Welcome to the Centerfold. Thank you so much. I know you are very tired after such a successful run of The Man's Dem. But thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure being here, and it was a great experience working with the Trini cast on The Man's Dem. Very challenging. A lot of cultural issues. But we got there in the end, you know what I mean? It took a bit of adjusting and readjusting, but the guys did fantastically well and beyond my expectation. You know, so I'm really proud of them. You know what I mean? They did Trinidad proud.
Okay, guys, I mean, half of y'all would have known, they would have seen the place, they would know I was Lisa in the place. So I can't pretend that I don't know Allan, and you know, everything is just up in the air. Allan, we know Allan in our frame, but what is Allan like in the UK? What is your day-to-day routine?
Well, this is what I do for a living, the theatre, creative arts, the poetry and workshops. So I go into schools and we do creative workshop with young people, but because we're touring the play as well, you know what I mean, there's a lot of calls and organising different venues internationally and nationally, you know, so it varies from day to day.
Let me ask you a hard question. Working in the arts sometimes put a strain on your family, you know, in terms of, like right now, you're in Trinidad, where is wifey?
Okay. But I'm blessed because I've got a wife who understands, because when we met, she was in the arts and I was in the arts, so we kind of knew that this is the road that we were going down. So it made it easier for her to accept what I'm doing, and she's behind me 110%. So it does make it a strong Trini woman, you know, she understands. So yeah, I'm blessed to have that.
So I understand you have Vincentian roots. Tell us about the Callaloo that is Allan Charles.
So I was born in the UK, but I grew up in St. Vincent. I spent from 3 to 12 years in St. Vincent. My mum and dad are from St. Vincent. Then I married a Trini. So I've got all this.
So after all of that, you come to Trini to find your wife.
Yes. But I actually met her in England, right?
Oh, you met her in England.
She's part of Joshua Generation. And they came to England. Had some problems, and I came and rescued them and rescued her.
And rescued her. Now, Allan, I know I'm going to jump in all over because of the amount of questions I want to ask you. This play, The Man's Dem, I understand it's a trilogy. And is
part two.
Oh, this is part 2.
Really part 1, Love, Sex and All That Jazz, which was from a female perspective. That was in with singleness, man shortage, abuse. I mean,
man shortage
in the church. So women are forced to marry outside. You know? So if we look at that, and ask the question, where are the men? You know, and it's causing a lot of problems for women in the church to find godly men in the church because the ratio is 6 to 1. You know, and so we have to abuse grounds for divorce. Biblically, and why do good girls love bad men?
That's a question. I wonder if the Trini cast could do the first part, boy. I mean, since it did such a good job on The Man's Dem.
We'll see.
Allan, where does your inspiration come from to write? Because you're not only a playwright, you're a poet.
Well, obviously God first and foremost, but then just life experiences, my experiences, and people around me. You know, as Caribbean people, we're great storytellers, so we can take simple stuff and create, I mean, a great story. But I would say God has blessed me with this gift of writing and of performance poetry.
Okay. When was the decision made to use a Trini cast for the second part?
Well, it was always my intention to see my plays with a different cast. And I thought that Trinidad, because Trinidadians are so excitable and flamboyant, larger than life. I mean, you know, just normal everyday. If you go to the barbers, that's theatre. You can cut and paste that, you know what I mean? Because you guys are so energetic and so much bacchanal, you know?
Bacchanal, yes.
So we came with the UK cast in 2012, and they did a great job. And there was a demand to bring the show back. You know, 18 airfares.
And accommodation.
And accommodation and food.
And food.
Because them guys can really eat. So we thought that let's use the Trini cast. And in the beginning, a lot of people were a bit skeptical. They weren't sure if it would work in terms of would the people come and see local guys. But I knew, I mean, that the guys could deliver. And we took the risk, and it paid off. You know, it paid off. Paid off well.
How was the experience working with the Trini cast in terms of dealing with the different personalities, the big heads like me who feel everything in theatre?
Well, when we first did the advertisement for the auditions, it was in big, bold letters, no divas, no divos.
Hey!
But it would appear that half the cast didn't see that. And they came with all kind of, but I mean, it was fun. It was fun. You know, with every group, we've got different dynamics, different personalities. But, I mean, we worked it together, and the result was there. The show was a great success, and the people were blessed.
Yes.
The people were inspired.
Yes.
The people laughed. The people loved it, and the people wanted to come back. And so we're coming back, Trinidad and Tobago, the first weekend in July at the Queen's Hall Auditorium.
Mark it on your calendar. Mark it down now. Allan, I mean, it has been a really wonderful experience working with you. You were the easiest director to work with. Is this your natural personality, just sober and mellow and cool?
Mellow and cool and nothing's a bother.
Let's call Michelle. Director, can I have a phone? Let me call the UK.
You know, I think I'm a people's person. Yeah, I think I am. And so I work with what I have. And sometimes that means going the extra mile.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you have to massage some people's ego.
Wait, I feel like that hit me so much.
You know, because to get the best, because you always gonna have different personalities, and sometimes you have to let certain stuff
Slide.
slip and slide. You know what I mean? If you talk about football, I mean, Ronaldo is a great footballer, but he also has personality issues. But it's how you manage that to get the best out of the field. Same with the cast and everything. I mean, so you can manage to get the best on the stage.
Next hard question. Can you see yourself doing anything else outside of the creative and performing arts?
No. If I couldn't do this, I would die.
Wow.
This is my life.
Wow. So Allan, before we close off, I want to ask you to do one of your pieces, preferably the one from the play. Before you do yours, I want to do my version, right? Because I want a man who could cook good. A man who know how to look good. Is your Allan looking sharp? I want a man who can take initiative. I want a man. Okay, not for me and my nonsense. Not enough for me and my nonsense. Over to you, Allan.
I want a woman who can cook good.
Hey.
And on my arms, a woman who would look good. I want a woman who is strong, yes, strong, but in a ladylike and feminine way. A woman who, when she wrong, can admit, say she wrong, but in a baby-like and genuine way. I want a woman who would trust me and not negatively all the time discuss me. I wonder with me day, I ponder if me astray. No, believe in me and sometimes A plus me. Now I want a woman who have class.
Hey.
But understand that in the house, me is the boss.
You're staying long to give them the next part though.
I want a woman who is ambitious, independent, self-sufficient, and industrious.
Wait.
But one thing she must consider, even if she paycheck bigger, me is the man, me rule this clan, don't test this Negro.
Yeah, and that part get Darren in trouble. Oops. So before we close up, I have some quick questions to ask you. What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Hey, mine too. Well, not really. Favorite food?
Roti.
So can you find a good roti in the UK?
Not as good as Trinidad.
What is your What is your favorite car?
And anything that drives.
Where would you like to take Michelle before you all get old and leave the face of the earth?
Dubai.
I think that's a favorite of a lot of people. Thank you so much, Allan.
Thank you for having me. It's been fun.
And thank you, Miss Ruby, for this juice. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Let's cheers, Allan. Let's cheers.
Cheers.
To the man there.
Flip the pages of my life, every line that I write as I make history. You could see me, you could see me, you could see me. Yeah.